The past few weeks have been pretty interesting for Isaiah King. Now, a previous game, he showed up at 400 pounds. And it's been a few weeks since Isaiah showed up at 400 pounds, and he's been able to trim the majority of the weight down. Now, Isaiah's down to about 240, 245, some might even say 250, but Isaiah's saying, you know what, it's 240 on a good day right now. He has a lot of work to do. We're here in week 17, so a couple weeks have definitely passed, and he's trying to make sure that he can lead this Seahawks team to a strong finish. Now, right now, they are one game up in the division. If they can win today's game, he should be in a pretty good spot, but in practice, Isaiah is putting in tons of work. Look at the jukes, look at the breaking of the tackles there, and look at Isaiah King diving into the end zone. He's leading the squad there at the very end of practice saying, look, if we can win today, we'll skip the wild card and we'll be looking pretty good. Now, Isaiah going into this last game has 1,510 yards, 22 rushing touchdowns, so he's just 8 yards behind the league leader. And in terms of games, again, we are up one game over the St. Louis Rams, or excuse me, the Los Angeles Rams. And if we can beat the Cardinals today, we'll be sitting pretty, we'll get the bye in the playoffs, and Isaiah King hopefully can walk away with the rushing title. Now, right now, we have no idea where he's going to be in the MVP voting. Hopefully he can lock in the #1 spot, but we'll see ultimately where he falls. And here, 4th and 2, the Cardinals punt went deep. Isaiah catches it about on the 10 or the 15-yard line. He moves to the right-hand side, got one guy about to miss, he breaks the tackle, and then he gets completely leveled by that defender. Now, Russell Wilson's here in shotgun. Isaiah splits to the left-hand side. He's open, but instead the pass goes to the right-hand side. That one only goes, though, for 3 yards to the young fella Calvin, who actually, number 84, he's been doing really well the past couple of weeks. Well, halfback screen goes to Isaiah, runs into his own man. He's going to try to move through, breaks the tackle. Got a guy that throws him to the ground, and he gets one more defender, but he can't get past him. But still, he converts in the 3rd and 6 and moves those chains for the squad. He's feeling pretty good about himself right now. Now, hand off to the right-hand side. Look at Isaiah flying through like he's going through a cannon. He tries a spin move, but that was way too early. I guess Isaiah is still getting used to that 400 pounds being shed off now, being down to about 240, 245. He's looking a little bit more lightweight. Now, there is a tackle there or a sack on Russell Wilson, but there is going to be a face mask penalty going against the defense, so that's going to be in our favor. We're going to get 1st and 10 on the 31. Now, hand off to Isaiah up the middle. Look at him try to break a few tackles. He tries to truck a defender, but he moves down to the 23-yard line. Now, Isaiah's back in the Wildcat, moves to the right-hand side. Got a guy in front, slips past him, breaks a few tackles. Isaiah's got guys falling all over. He breaks one more, and Isaiah King is going to go into the end zone. What a ridiculous run. That looks like Beast Mode Jr., his 40th career rushing touchdown since he got injured in that horrific car accident. He had over 100 before that, so Isaiah right now is making a case for being the all-time leading touchdown runner, but he's got a lot of work to do if he wants to actually beat Emmitt Smith, Jerry Rice, and guys like that. Well, 3rd and 6 on a new drive. Isaiah with a crucial little catch here. Moves out of bounds, but fortunately for us, he does get the first down. Now, Arizona did score and get a field goal, so it's a 7-3 lead. Russell Wilson on a bomb deep with the pressure in his face, and Calvin, I told you guys, number 84, the young fella, is coming up huge. We have Jay Moore, who's a good receiver. We also have Calvin. Both of those guys have been huge impacts so far this season. Now, a new down, we're up 14-3 here in the 2nd quarter. Isaiah's going to go and try to find a block. Russell Wilson throws across to the right-hand side, and Kubila, the guy that followed us from San Diego here to Seattle up the coast, is looking pretty good in today's game. Now, Isaiah's finding a few running holes here. Throws the guys to the ground. Look at this. One more guy to beat. Isaiah's going. One guy is right on his heels. He breaks that tackle. What is going on? He goes from the 49 down to the 2. 8 rushes, 97 yards. This dude is having a career game. Now that the 400 pounds have dropped in about 240, 245, he's looking incredible. But a great pass across the middle. But Seattle doesn't have a good history of throwing more on the 1-yard line or the 2-yard line. In my opinion, they should have given it to Isaiah. Instead, it ends up being a pass that gets batted into the air. That one is intercepted. Jay Moore makes the tackle, but still, Arizona can't do anything with it, and they still only have 3 points here in the middle of the 2nd quarter. And with 3rd and 12, Isaiah stays back in protection. Russell Wilson rolls to the right all the time in the road. Isaiah split to the right-hand side. And look at this. Great chemistry by both Isaiah and Russell Wilson. They're on the same page now. I know it's been a little tough for them to get acclimated to one another here in the first season together, but that was a beautiful pass and a beautiful stretch there by Isaiah to get that first down. Now, 3rd and 6, Isaiah's going to stay across middle, but Russell Wilson throws to him for some reason. Had a couple of guys open, but instead he goes to the check down pass. That's a safe play here in the 35. We are able to get a field goal, which extends our lead to 17-6 after Arizona gets a field goal of their own. Now, Isaiah's pushing again through the first down, and look at him breaking all the tackles. How many tackles can one dude break? We've seen Isaiah lose the speed, but in this season, he has been incredible. Now, up the middle again, look at Isaiah finding holes. Here with 40 seconds left in the 2nd quarter, he's moving the chains, and we might have a chance at least another field goal if we can keep the chains moving. And well, here on the 45-yard line, 20 seconds left, the pass is thrown deep to the left-hand side, and Jay Moore goes up top, grabs that one one-handed. So under 15 seconds, we're on the 27, in field goal position. Isaiah's open on the left-hand side, the ball's thrown deep, but instead Isaiah bats it up in the air. This one is nearly intercepted. Fortunately, though, that one is not going to be picked off. With 8 seconds left, we're going to opt for the field goal. We do get the field goal, so going in here in the second half, we have a 20-6 lead. Now a kick return for Isaiah. He doesn't get too many of these now. He splits the left-hand side. Oh, he's got a guy missing. One guy's in front. He jukes him out of his shoes. Isaiah's going to try. He throws a kicker to the ground. One last guy to beat, and they're going to force him out of bounds, unfortunately. But what a kick return, getting us down to the 38-yard line. No pass across middle goes to our tight end, Nails. If you haven't noticed, Nails is a pretty big tight end. He's about 6'7", so he's an easy target for Russell Wilson. But on 3rd and 3 in the 34-yard line, Isaiah is caught in the backfield. One of the few runs he's had all day where he hasn't really got positive yards. So started at 12 for 138. Since then, 1 carry, -3 yards. Isaiah, you got to do something better about that. With 23-13 lead after we get that field goal, Isaiah goes to a run to the left-hand side with 2:50 left in the third quarter, is able to get a couple of yards. Now splits out to the right, and Russell Wilson overthrows him. So they were on the same page in the first half, but Isaiah looks a little salty there. Hands on his hips, that's never a good sign. Not good body language for Isaiah. Now Arizona does score to make it 16-23. Our lead is only 7 points now, so we've got to make sure we can drive back down the field, and most importantly, get at least a touchdown. Now on 32, Isaiah up the middle gets a first down a little bit more. He tries to break a few tackles. They throw him to the ground, but the chains are moving. Isaiah's back in positive yardage, and that's exactly what we want to see. Now halfback screen with great blocking here on 2nd and 19. Isaiah goes for the spin move, but instead they throw him out of bounds. With 5 minutes left here in the fourth quarter, we need to do something and do something pretty quickly. No pass is thrown, and that one's nearly intercepted. Russell Wilson had a dicey little pass there, but that one almost is picked off, and Arizona's able to get a punt. They come back down, and they score to tie it up at 23-23. Isaiah runs to the right-hand side on a halfback toss. That gets down to about the 35-yard line. On 2nd and 2, we need a first down conversion here, so they hand it off to Isaiah. He goes up the middle, and he's able just to skirt across down to the 38. Over 20 rushes on the day, and he's now looking pretty good. But look, Isaiah's thrown in the backfield, but he's going to keep going. Isaiah, what? How is Isaiah doing this? He breaks the tackle in the backfield. Everyone in the defense thought it was going to the left-hand side, and Isaiah is going to go into the end zone. A little bit of a premature celebration there. That is a huge touchdown, 62 yards, his longest of the day. And Mike Thomas says, you know what, Isaiah, that might be the best play of your entire career, let alone even in Seattle. Outside of that, it was the best play for sure. So if you guys thought that was the best play, let me know in the comments. Was that Isaiah's best play? Was there a previous one? Let me know in the comments below. So we walk in here with a 30-23 victory. Russell Wilson has a decent game, nothing too crazy. Isaiah goes 24 carries, 236 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, a career day for him. Receiving, he only has 5 catches for 60 yards and no receiving touchdowns, but still a heck of a game. We got a W. Next game begins the playoffs for Isaiah. He wants a Super Bowl, but can he get it? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Check the playlist on the screen, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.